Alright, so I've done something kind of similar to this before, just an unscripted discussion video about the movie. So why not do it again? I mean, we got a lot more info now. Well, a little bit, but it's more than what we had before. So hey, maybe I can make a video based on it. So I guess here we go. Now, we don't really have too much info yet, but I just want to give my thoughts on the movie, what I think will happen with it, and I'll give some opinions on that little teaser they had. Alright, so I'll start off by saying one of the most important things I see happening with this movie is it'll probably be a little bit focused on Gohan, if not completely focused on Gohan. And I know everyone says it about literally every arc. They've said it about the Tournament of Power, they said it about the Broly movie. People just always say Gohan's going to be involved, and it feels like kind of a losing battle at this point. But I genuinely think he will be involved here, at least to some degree. Maybe even Videl, just because look at the title. Superhero, and I'll get to my opinions on the title and everything later, but superhero in the title. Who's a superhero in the main series? One of the most iconic superheroes in Dragon Ball, or pretty much the only superhero in the main cast. Gohan, the Great Saiyan. Also, Videl, Great Saiyan too. And Pan is going to have some sort of role in this movie, pretty big one too, so why not have Gohan and Videl? It's probably going to have the two of them involved to some degree. Also, Piccolo's going to be in it, and that pretty much further confirms it, so I'm very convinced that Gohan's going to have some sort of big role in this movie, probably even Videl too, which would be really nice because Videl hasn't really done too much, but more so for Gohan having a nice little movie or arc focus on him, whether or not it's like really big for the story. But it's just nice to have something focused on him, or at least I'm assuming will be focused on him. So yeah, the Great Saiyaman's probably going to be involved to some degree, if not being one of the big characters and big plot points. And as for the new characters, I don't think they're going to be antagonists. I mean, they don't really look like antagonists. I mean, look at these guys. They don't look that menacing. And I know, like, looks can be deceiving, but these guys look more like they'll be some sort of protagonist of the movie, or at least some sort of weird middle ground. I'm just very confident in the fact that they're probably not going to be antagonists. I mean, they could be, but I'm just thinking they're not going to be. If anything, they would probably be more like a Chila and Lemmo of this movie. Or they could be like a Tapion character, where he wasn't a bad guy, but he was a new movie character that actually helped everyone. Again, going with the title superhero, they're probably some sort of superheroes out in space. I mean, look at the capes on them. That's a pretty standard superhero design. And yeah, I could be completely wrong. Again, this is just a theory. I'm just theorizing about what I think might happen. But this is entirely possible. I mean, just look at them. Alright, another thought on the movie, the fact that they actually changed Krillin and Piccolo's designs. I like it. I'm glad they went with the manga designs. I mean, Krillin with the white eyes looks kind of weird in the anime, but hey, I'm fine with it. More so Piccolo, he's got the bigger design tweaks really. Not really that big, but still. He's more in line with his manga color scheme, which is pretty cool. I like how it looks, especially, I mean, I do like his original anime color palette, but this is still nice too. It's very good regardless, and it's nice that Piccolo's getting some focused. I mean, you guys all know Piccolo's my favorite character, and the fact that he got kind of a refreshed design is cool. Not to mention the fact that he's not homeless anymore. Thank the heavens, he actually has a house now. Piccolo's a homeowner, which makes me think like Piccolo was probably off the grid before without a home, no taxes, no social security number, and now he's actually like a citizen, so hey, that's something. Also, who's giving Piccolo mail? He has a mailbox there, and I don't know what the hell he's ordering, but it's just a funny thing to think about. Now he has like all that stuff. He's a homeowner with a mailbox and everything. It's just funny. Alright, but let's talk about the elephant in the room, the fact that the movie's most likely going to be CGI to some extent. Either completely CGI or mostly CGI. I mean, we know the backgrounds, they're going to be hand-drawn. That's what they showed with that Piccolo house. Like, I'm sure most of the backgrounds are going to be hand-drawn. I wouldn't be surprised if those are 2D. But with the trailer they showed, yeah, this is definitely going to be some CG movie to an extent. Either it'll be completely CG or mostly CG. And I will admit, a while ago when the movie was announced and they said it was going to have some new sort of visual look, I was thinking they were just hyping up how it was going to look and it wasn't actually going to be CG. But yeah, I was wrong, but I'm not too mad about it. I actually do like how the CG looks. Granted, we only have a teaser right now, but it still looks nice. I mean, they're definitely trying to emulate that sort of Shintani style, which is cool. I like how DBS Broly looked, and I'm glad they're actually keeping that sort of design for the characters, or the way that they look softer, I guess, and the way, mainly what Goku looks like. He's a good example of how he changed. But in terms of that short teaser, I actually do like how it looks. And the thing is, too, this is like a year before the movie's out, probably even a little bit more because it might be towards the end of next year, if anything. We don't know exactly when yet, but regardless, that probably isn't even finished footage. That's probably not what the final product's gonna look like. And it already looks really good, at least in my opinion. I could see why some people don't like the CG elements, but I think as long as the CG is very well done, it could work. It could work really well. I mean, 3D Dragon Ball is not necessarily a bad thing inherently. I mean, look at something like Fighters. Fighters is all 3D, and that looks amazing. It matches how the actual source material looks, which is pretty cool, and it's just well animated in general, so it has both of those together, and it makes for a really nice visual experience. And it's not just Fighters either. Look at Kakarot too. Granted, Kakarot, they kind of were lazy for some scenes, but with the scenes where they actually tried to make it look good, it looks amazing. I mean, if you look at someone like the really standout scenes like Vegito versus Super Buu, that's a really good one. And also, like, there's some random scenes that they tried to make look good, like Goku versus Raccoon, stuff like that. I mean, that was kind of a weird scene to make look really good, but it still looks really good. And those are just for video games. This is like a movie, so it's gonna have way more quality than even a video game would have. And if video games can make 3D Dragon Ball look good, a movie definitely can, especially with how this one's shaping up to look. I mean, the way Goku was modeled, the way he's shaded and everything, it looks really nice. But like most other people, I do prefer 2D, although I'm not going to say that this is a bad thing. This could be good, it could be really good. Of course, we barely have anything to judge it upon yet. I mean, we have this short, like, 10-second teaser of Goku just doing, like, a little spin, and that's all. We only see a little bit of movement, and we only see Goku of all people. So again, I could be wrong. Maybe it'll look like complete crap. But I'm still pretty optimistic about it. I guess you could say I'm cautiously optimistic because we don't know how it's going to look. But if this is how it looks just in a teaser, the movie itself is probably going to look way better than this, especially a year down the line. And one thing that I kind of don't like seeing is how people are saying that it's kind of lazy, or they're saying 3D can't look good, which I don't think that's the case. 3D does take a lot of work to put in, and granted, it might take a little less work if you're not putting effort into it, but when you put effort into 3D, it takes a lot of time. There's a lot of man hours involved in actually getting 3D to work and animation like that. And animation in 3D can look really good, like, take Spider-Verse for example. That's a 3D animated movie, and because of the way it's stylized and all the effort that went into it, it looks incredible. It's like one of the best animated movies in recent history, if not the best animated movie in terms of how the quality looks in 3D animation, or I guess I say it's the best animated 3D movie. And that's not even the only example. I mean, I know I'm talking about different animation studios here and different franchises, but Lupin the Third, another anime, that one got an animated movie that was 3D, and that one, I didn't actually watch it, but just from the trailers alone and the screenshots, it looks amazing. The way it's stylized, it matches the original style of the anime and everything. It looks really good. So I just wish people would be a little bit more optimistic about this. I could see why they might not like it. They would prefer 2D, but this could be something really special. This could be something amazing and we don't even know it yet. And as for the title of the movie, that's the only thing that I haven't given my opinion on yet. And I will say, that's the one thing I don't like. I mean, Dragon Ball Superhero, it's kind of a bad title in a way. I mean, Super twice in the title. And also kind of confusing. We already have Super Dragon Ball Heroes, we have Dragon Ball Super. Like, they're just reusing the same 4 words over and over, just in different orders, and removing some sometimes. Obviously just a coincidence, but it's just very funny how they didn't think about that when making this name. And I would love to try and come up with a better name for it, but we don't know anything about the movie yet, just besides that title, so I can't really make anything. Although I do want to mention one more thing before I end this video. Some people were saying this movie might have a lot of slice of life stuff because of that one little teaser that they gave off. It was like a text thing that they posted on the official website. And some people were pretty mixed about this. I mean, some people said they loved the idea of a slice of life Dragon Ball thing, and some people were like, no, I just want to see fighting. And I can see why people would say that, but I would absolutely love to see a slice of life Dragon Ball thing. I mean, I think they could pull it off really well, and looking back at Super, the slice of life stuff was some of the best stuff in Super. If you look at those filler episodes, it was great. Even for Dragon Ball Z, the filler stuff with all the slice of life stuff, like Goku learning to drive, that stuff was really cool. And I think it's likely that we're going to get some focus on that. Maybe the whole movie won't be about that, it'll probably just be a little bit of it, but with the focus on Pan, that's definitely going to be in there somewhere, I'm feeling like. And I'm pretty optimistic about it. They don't usually miss with the slice of life stuff. Like, again, just look at the stuff that they had in Super. The baseball episode, for example. That one was great, and everyone is like, oh, this is one of my favorite episodes in the series. I haven't seen anyone that hates that one. And that's just one of the many examples. But yeah, that's basically all I had to say about the movie. I'm going to be cautiously optimistic about it, but I am optimistic. And I think it could turn out well. So, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. It is a discussion after all, so I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts and if you agree or disagree with me. But yeah, that's basically it, so hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you liked it, drop a like, it helps the channel, and if you haven't already, subscribe, and you can see more videos like this one. But yeah, that's all I had to say, and I'll see you in whatever video is next. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.